Hey everyone, and welcome to the Vocab Architect. I'm your host, and today you're going to want to grab your hard hats. Seriously, we are about to become architects, building some seriously impressive medical words, piece by piece, right from the ground up.
So, let me ask you something. What if you could learn just one word and suddenly unlock the meaning of 10 more? I'm telling you, all those huge, super intimidating medical terms, they're not as scary as they seem. They're basically a secret code. And the best part? We are about to crack that code together.
All right, let's get to it. Every good architect needs a plan, right? Well, this is ours. Today's blueprint is all about medical roots.
Okay, check these out. These are our 4 core building blocks for today. First up, we've got orthos. That means straight or correct. Then there's cardia, which is all about the heart. Next, we have neuron for nerve. And wrapping it up, psyche, which means mind. Just 4 simple Greek roots. You ready? Let's get building.
First construction zone, straightening bones and teeth. We're going to start with our first root, orthos. Remember? Straight. Let's see what we can build with it.
Okay, first up, orthopedist. Now this is a really cool one. We've got our root, orthos, which means straight, and it's combined with paidos, which is Greek for child. So get this, the original meaning of orthopedist was literally one who straightens children. That's because way back when, a big part of their job was fixing spinal issues in kids. Pretty wild, right? Nowadays, of course, they handle bone and joint problems for people of all ages.
And here's how you'd use it today. Simple. The patient visited an orthopedist for her knee injury. You twist your ankle playing soccer, you break an arm, you're heading to the orthopedist.
Now watch this. This is where it gets fun. We're going to keep our first building block, orthos, straight. But we're going to swap out the second piece. Instead of paidos, we're slotting in odontos, which is Greek for tooth. Click them together, and what do you get? Orthodontist. The specialist who, you guessed it, straightens teeth. It's just like Legos, you just swap out the pieces.
And I bet a lot of you know this one firsthand. My orthodontist fitted me with braces to improve my bite. Anyone who's ever had that mouthful of metal knows exactly who to thank.
Okay, hard hats back on. We're moving to a new part of the construction site, the heart and nerves.
All right, let's look at cardiologist. This one's built from cardia, our word for heart, and another super useful root, logos. Logos just means science or study of. You see it everywhere, right? Biology, psychology. So a cardiologist is simply a specialist in the study of the heart. Easy peasy.
And this is where the real power of this comes in. Once you know cardia, you don't just know one word. You've unlocked a whole family of them. So cardiac, that just means anything related to the heart. A cardiogram, that's the actual record of your heartbeat. And the machine that makes that little squiggly line, that's the cardiograph. Boom. One root, and you've got a whole set of terms in your toolbox. Okay, let's do it again. Same logic. We take our root for nerve, which is neuron, and we tack on our study of root, logos. What do we get? Neurologist, the specialist who studies the nervous system. You're starting to see the pattern now, right? It's awesome.
And we can get even fancier. It's like adding special attachments to our root word. Check this out. If we add algos, which is Greek for pain, to neuron, we get neuralgia, which is, you got it, nerve pain. Or we can swap that out for the suffix itis. That's a super common one that means inflammation. So, neuritis is an inflammation of the nerves. See? You just picked the ending you need to describe the problem.
Okay, time for our final and maybe most interesting section. We're moving from the physical body to the mind. Let's start decoding the mind.
So let's start with a word that can be a little confusing, neurosis. Now, you see that neuron root in there, right? But it's really more about the mind. The psychiatrist Eric Berne put it really well. He said it's when a person uses a ton of energy on unproductive things, and that basically stops them from growing as a person.
Okay, lean in because this next one is super important. People mix up neurosis and psychosis all the time. Here's the key difference. With a neurosis, someone's dealing with a lot of emotional stuff, for sure, but they're still connected to reality. Psychosis, on the other hand, comes from our root psyche for mind. It's a much more severe condition where a person has actually lost contact with reality. A huge, huge difference.
So, who's the specialist you turn to for these kinds of conditions? The psychiatrist. And I just love the origin of this word. It's our root psyche, for mind, combined with iatreia, which means medical healing. Think about that. A psychiatrist is, literally, a mind healer. How cool is that?
All right, architects, you've done the hard work. You've built the vocabulary. Now it's time for a quick inspection. Time to test your build.
First question for you. A person with a bad bite would most likely see A, an orthopedist, B, a cardiologist, or C, an orthodontist. What do you think? It is C, orthodontist. Ortho means straight and odontos means tooth. You got it.
Question number 2. The term cardiac refers to an ailment of the what? A, nerves, B, heart, or C, bones? And the answer is, of course, B, the heart, from that root word cardia. You're on a roll.
And for our final question, which one of these conditions involves a loss of contact with reality? Is it A, neurosis, B, neuritis, or C, psychosis? The correct answer here is C, psychosis. Remember, from the root cycle for the mind. Absolutely fantastic job.
And just like that, the workday is done. Let's take a quick look back at what we built in our next session.
So let's recap our blueprint. We worked with 4 main building blocks today. Orthos for straight, Kardia for heart, Neuron for nerve, and Psyche for mind. These aren't just words, these are keys you can now use to unlock so many other complex terms out there.
So if you had fun building with me today, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button to join the crew here at the Vocab Architect for our next session. And I'll leave you with a little bonus challenge to chew on. Based on everything we just covered, what do you think cardiologia means? Let me know your best guess down in the comments. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll see you on the next build.